Welcome to our Close to My Heart Twisted Sister YouTube hop. My name is Sandy Zimmer, and I'm a Close to My Heart consultant maker from Canada. This is the card that I will be showing you how to make today. I'm going to start with the tags and tabs thin cut and some almond paper. Now our paper is light on one side and dark on the other, so I folded it in half here, and I'm running it through my well-loved Cuttlebug to create two tags at once. So once it comes out the other side, you'll see that I have a light one and a dark one. It's a pretty easy and quick way to do it. So next I'm going to use our stamp of the month. It's called You Warm My Heart, and it's from November. And I'm going to use this little teacup. So I've used some Post-it notes to mask off the tops of those tags. So you'll see here I'm using it to line up against that line that was created by the thin cut. Pardon me. And then I'm just going to ink up my little teacup with black. And I'm going to stamp it on that top part of the tag. So you can see with this one, when I stamped it, I didn't quite get it all the way to the bottom there. So I'm going to grab my handy dandy little sponge dauber and ink it up and fill in that little area. Then I'm going to remove my Post-it note and ink all the way around the edge. Now I have sped this part of the video up. I'm pretty fast at inking, but not quite this fast. So now I'm going to do the second one. And you'll see that this one stamped quite a bit better. I applied a little bit more pressure, which was great. And I'm going to ink up all the way around that edge as well. So that just allows a little bit of continuity with the tag just to give it a more finished look. So there we have it, a light and a dark. So next I'm going to use the stamp on my finger. And here I have a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of white daisy and my almond ink. So I'm just going to use that stamp right on my fingers, and it sticks to my fingers fairly well. And I just go around and I just sort of use the middle portion of the stamp and just stamp and rotate the paper and stamp and rotate the paper. And I start on the outside and work my way to the inside. And so that just gives me a nice little card base, and it just puts a little bit of the pattern on there, but I don't have to use the whole teacup part. If I used it on a block, then you would see the shape of the teacup, and I didn't want to use that. I just wanted that white poinsettia or clear poinsettia with the ink around the outside. Next, I'm just using the ink pad to just sort of ink the edges. I could have used a sponge dauber here as well, but I just decided to do it quickly using that. So now I'm using the Teddy Bear Hugs stamp set. So I've stamped and cut that little teddy bear and colored him up. Next, I'm going to cut out this little white heart using the thin cut heart there. And I'm also going to use a portion of the stamp that says, "Hope you know how much I." Now our stamps are pliable, which means that we're able to bend them, and I love that. So I'm able to bend the stamp and place it on the block so that it looks like he's holding a little banner. Instead of it going straight across, it has a little bit of a wow in it, and I like that. I also don't want it to say, "Hope you know how much I." I want to move the I to the front of the sentiment. So I'm going to use a little Post-it note again here and stamp it, and I'm going to take that I off. Next, I'm going to grab my little black marker, and I'm going to just gently write in an I at the beginning. So now it says, "I hope you know how much." And then I'm going to later add "You Warm My Heart" with the other stamp set. So here I'm grabbing our Tri-Blend markers from Spectrum Noir. This is the Antique Pink Blend. And I'm showing you here that they've got 3 colors in one marker. So we've got the light, the medium, and the dark. And I love that. It's so great for coloring, quick and easy blending. So again, I sped this up a little bit, and I'm just sort of coloring the banner using the light color and then going around it with the dark. I didn't love how it turned out, so I've cut away a little bit of it. And then a little bit here, I'm going to go back in and I'm going to add the medium color, I guess, around the edge just to clean it up a little bit. And again, that's the great thing is, you know what, there's never a mistake. You just change it up however you want. So here I'm adding the medium around the edge. Again, I've sped that up a little bit just so that you're not watching me do it forever. And then when I'm done that, you'll see that I grab the heart, and I'm going to color that in using that same marker. Now, because my other sentiment's going to say "You Warm My Heart," I decided to color the heart using that same Antique Pink blend and start light at the top, medium in the middle, and dark at the bottom. I felt that sort of gave it the look of warming of the heart, right? Starts at the bottom and works its way up. So I've gone ahead and done that. Next, you'll see that I grabbed a little tiny heart from the stamp set, from the teddy bear one, and the sangria. So I'm just going to take that little heart and I'm going to stamp it kind of in the corner of my big heart. Now, when I first stamp it, it looks pretty dark, but it does lighten up pretty good and it blends quite nicely. I thought the colors went quite well together. You'll also see me grab my little white gel pen and just add some highlights to the little heart and the big heart. I think it just adds a little bit of depth, and I thought that was a cool way to do it. So when I'm done with my white marker, I grab my black marker and I just add some stitched lines to the edge of that heart. And then I also draw in some lines going around that little banner. I just sort of thought that it finished it off nicely, and just made it a little bit more interesting, gives it a little bit more depth again. Okay, so there I am doing that. You can also use these pens to create a little bit of a design around your tags or anything else that you want to just sort of finish it off. The little doodles are always fun. So there you can see them up close. So now I've put adhesive on the backs of all of my little pieces, and I'm just going to assemble this card for you and just show you how it quickly and easily it comes together. Okay, so I've got my card base, which we sell, and they're just wonderful. You just fold them on the line and put them in there. And I'm just attaching that stamped mat to the card base there. Lining it up carefully so that I get a nice even line all the way around the edge. Okay, and now I'm using that Stamp You Warm My Heart from the Stamp of the Month, and I'm just gonna stamp it in the corner of this tag here. And it's just easy peasy to do because I can see through it, so I can see exactly where that's gonna go. And then, like I said, I've already put the adhesive on the backs of these. I've already run some string through the tags just to make it a little more interesting. Now I'm just placing the bear on there and put the little banner in his arms, grabbing my heart. And I decided to put this heart in a different spot than I did last time. I kind of like it better in that little section. It goes together quite nicely there. And again, here I am just grabbing my black marker and just creating some doodles around the edge. Now this is something you can do or not do. I love the look of it. I think it just sort of finishes it all off and ties it all together. And I do end up doing this all the way around the entire card, so on the mat as well. And I just do a little bit of a line. I don't worry about it being perfectly straight. In fact, it never is straight. I kind of like the fact that it isn't. When my arm gets tired, I stop and I make two little lines going the other direction, just as a little joint. There you can see I did it there. And then I just go all the way around the card. So hope you like that. Put that little guy together. So I just wanted to mention to you that there is a hop. So next you're going to see Trina and her wonderful creation and how she's twisted up some stamps or papers or other things from our current catalog. Hope you enjoy it.